Doesn't want to meditate because stress helps him get things done in his business. Okay, fair enough. But meditation can still be an important practice for a lot of business owners. Hey guys, Mike Sutton here with Be Build Have, and one of my coaching clients asked me about meditation. So I'm going to do this quick video to talk about how I handle my meditation practice and why I think it's important. I do recommend meditation to all of my clients, and I think any conscious, aware business owner could definitely benefit from it. I definitely notice that if I go for 2 or 3 days without doing my meditation, I feel very differently than if I am consistent in doing the meditation every day for a week. I'll start to feel more anxious and fearful, where if I'm doing the meditation consistently, then I feel much more centered and focused as I go throughout my day. So I have 3 techniques that I've experimented with over time. I've never had any formal training, but it's all worked pretty well for me. And so I'll just go through the 3 techniques in the order that I learned them and used them. And you can take and choose from that whatever you want. The one piece of advice that I do typically give is don't kill yourself with unreasonable expectations right off the bat. If you set your goal to meditate for an hour every single day, then if you've never done meditation before, you're setting yourself up for failure. So I'll typically recommend to my clients, if you've never done it before, just set a goal to meditate for 3 minutes or 5 minutes once or twice or 3 times a day. In the morning, at lunchtime, in the evening is a great schedule. And if you can just do it for 3, 4, 5 minutes to get started and get comfortable with it and start to experience it, that can be a spectacular place to start. And so my approach going into the meditation is to just quiet the mind. I think of our conscious minds like a curious, excited 4-year-old who's just asking all the questions and let's go there and what about this and why that, why, and never taking a moment to just sit and listen for the answer. And so to me, that's what the meditation is. It's my opportunity to quiet my mind and sit and listen for all the answers to all the questions that I've been asking myself continuously throughout the day. And so my approach to meditation is very much as if I'm sitting with my conscious mind as a small child, and whenever that chatter starts up, the way I visualize it is to just say, hush, now's the time to be quiet. Listen for the answer. We'll chat later. I'll answer all your questions later, but right now is the time to just hush and be quiet. So the 3 techniques that I use, the first is a technique that I got from Gil Fronsdal, who I listened to on the Zencast podcast several years ago, and it's a breath counting meditation. All the meditations that I do are either breath focused or now I'm experimenting with mantra focused meditation, and I'll get to that one too. But this first one is a counting meditation, and it works really well for me, especially on those times where I'm feeling kind of distracted, because it really gives you something to concentrate on and focus on. And so with each breath, you count 1 to 10 and then back down. So if we go through it, then I would sit and take a breath in and out, and mentally in my head silently count 1. Next breath, 2. Next breath, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then back up again. So it's constantly going 10 to 1, 1 to 10 to 1 to 10 to 1 to 10. And you can get through that several times in a few minutes, depending on how quickly you're breathing. And the key to that is that if you go to 10 and then accidentally say 11, you start over at 1. If you lose count in between and say 4 twice, then you start over at 1. If you catch your mind drifting and just having those random thoughts, you start over again at 1. And so the first couple times you do this, it'll be a little bit frustrating because you'll get 1, 2, 3, distraction. Okay, reset. 1, 2, distraction. Okay, reset. And then you'll make it to 10 and out of habit say 11. Okay, start over, 1, 2, 3. But after you get some practice with this, it actually works pretty well to focus the mind. I'll also add, in terms of position, I don't like to meditate lying down. If you can do that, that's fine. I feel like I should be sitting, so I like to sit when I'm meditating. Ideally, I have that vision of the yogi sitting in full lotus with a straight back. I can't do that. So I would a lot of times sit cross-legged against a wall to support my back. But I've really found, since I'm just sitting in a comfortable chair, high back chair with arms, that I enjoy the meditation more and feel like I can relax more. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Which is also an opportunity to mention that there's really no right or wrong way to meditate. It's a completely individual, personal experience. And the goal here is just to quiet and focus the mind. And any way you can do that works for you. Okay, so the first technique that I mentioned was counting 1 to 10 back to 1. The second technique is, again, a breath focused technique, and there's no counting or anything to it. I just will concentrate on the physical feeling of the breath entering and leaving my body, sitting in a comfortable position. And it's really just paying attention to what the body feels like and looking for any opportunities to release muscle tension in the body and let that breath flow naturally, comfortably in and out, full deep breaths. And here again, anytime I catch the mind drifting, then the thing that I say to myself is just hush, let it go. We'll think about that later. Pay attention to the breath. And that's pretty much all there is to that technique. So the challenge there is just catching yourself with those random thoughts when they pop up. But there's really no magic to it. It's just a matter of sitting quietly, trying to empty the mind and paying attention to the breath. It's very much an inward focus on the body, not getting distracted by sounds around the outside. One little trick that I'll use is I imagine a little bullseye floating around in front of me. And anytime I catch myself getting distracted by a sound outside or something downstairs or something else in the house, I picture that bullseye getting pulled in that direction and then just kind of consciously will it to come back to me so that it's centered where I am. And that helps me just as a reminder, kind of a visualization for me to keep my attention focused on myself and my breathing, not on the what's going on around me and any noises that I might hear. And then the final technique that I've been experimenting with for these last couple of weeks, which I really like, is actually a mantra-focused technique. And there's 2 mantras that I started with that I liked, either Soham or Hamsa, which both are variations of the I am mantra. And there's meaning to that. So I started with that, but then I looked up a mantra chart for transcendental meditation, and I came away with the Hirim mantra, which I don't think it means anything, but I actually find, I don't know if it's because I don't have a meaning associated with it, but it's easier for me to resonate with the mantra, with the Hirim, than with the Hamsa or Soham mantras. Even though I like the idea of that I am meditation, I don't know if I found it to be distracting or just something about the sound was I don't resonate as much with, but I really like the Hirim mantra, and you can look up those transcendental meditation charts for yourself to see if there's a mantra that you can find that you like. So regardless of what mantra you choose, I think the point is not to get wrapped up in the meaning of the mantra, but it's really just a sound that you can make. And so the way I have found it to be really useful is that is that it's giving my inner voice something to say instead of whatever it wants to just chatter about on autopilot. And that technique I find to be really useful. Just like with your mouth, you can only say one thing at a time. That inner voice I have found to work kind of the same way. So if I'm giving it an instruction to just repeat this mantra with my breath, then it's less likely to get distracted by those random thoughts. And I've experimented it with it 1 syllable on the inhale and 1 syllable on the exhale. What I seem to do better with is just an exhale and then the mantra on the exhale. And then I'll pause in between breaths and just repeat that. And what I found is I'm much less likely to have those random thoughts pop up in my head. But if I do get distracted, it ends up being more of almost like a dream type distraction where I'm visualizing a situation and then I just, again, reset and refocus back on the mantra. And I do find that technique to be much more relaxing and focusing than strictly the breath focused technique. But whatever works for you, you can choose whatever you want. Like I said, my general recommendation is find someplace quiet, do it for just 3 to 5 minutes, once or twice or 3 times a day to get started, and you can go from there. My personal practice right now is 20-minute sessions, and I try to do 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening. I'm pretty consistent about that. If I look back over the past 4 months, I have an 85% success rate according to my little success habit streak tracker. But this has been really valuable to me in terms of finding my focus, releasing a lot of anxiety and fear and self-doubt, and just really, like I said earlier in the video, going through my day with a focused and centered demeanor or mindset. I find it to be really valuable, and it's been an important part of getting clear on my business, my goals, what I want out of my business, how I want to be spending my time, and all these things. So speaking of time, I'll make another quick plug for my free report that I put together, how to increase the value of your time. If you are a business owner who feels like you're constantly working for the business instead of working on building the business, if you feel like you can never get ahead of that to-do list, and if you feel like you're just not making the progress you want, or if you just want to make more money, then reach out to me, Mike at bebuildhave.com, or message me through whatever social media site you find this video, and just let me know that you want to get a copy of that free PDF. I'll send it out to you. I will even jump on the phone with you and have a quick conversation about how you can personalize the process that I've put together for your own life, so you can start applying it and start getting the results that you want in your business. So like I said, reach out to me, Mike at bebuildhave.com, or through social media, and just let me know you want a copy of that report, and I will get it to you. I hope you enjoyed this video on meditation and how I incorporate it into my life and my business. Until we speak again, be the person you want to be, build the business you want to build, and have the successful life you want to have. Stress relief, meditation, not stress relief. It's easier for me to resonate with the mantra, with the Hirim, than with the I'm messing it up, Hamsa or Soham mantras.